city Dublin, the town I love so dear. But we're after winning 2 million quid, so we're off to Belvedere. Yes, it's goodbye to old J. Arthur, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the Halfpenny Bridge, now it's Belvedere for me.
The answer is no, Toby, no. So don't keep asking me. I mean, it's just something that I've never even considered doing.
But you'd enjoy it.
Well, I might, I suppose, but no, really, it's impossible.
But you want to, Pam.
Yes, I know, but I mean, I wouldn't be any good at it.
Of course you would, and you do want to, don't you?
Well, I might, I suppose.
Well, as they say, there's a first time for everyone.
What on earth is going on in here?
Oh, thank goodness you're back, Anthony. Maybe you can persuade Pamela.
To do what exactly?
To become a buccaneer.
I'm afraid not for the first time you've lost me, Toby.
The Belvedere Buccaneers.
Yes, it's badminton, Anthony. Toby wants me to join his club.
But you don't play badminton.
Well, of course I don't play badminton, no. Toby wants me on his quiz team.
Toby's quiz team, weren't they chucked out of the league last season?
If you're referring to the so-called sauna incident, then you mustn't have heard that Bruno actually won his appeal. Yes, Anthony, the boys are back in town, and this time we're going all the way.
Are you indeed? Well, I do hope Bruno's English has improved.
Improved? I didn't think Bruno had any English.
Well, he does have a rather good grasp of the fundamentals.
I'm sure he has, but what about his English?
Well, in any case, I just thought that the Buccaneers would benefit from a female touch this year.
Oh, so this is where Pamela comes in, yeah?
Precisely.
What do you think, Anthony? Am I being silly? It's just, they do hold these quizzes in some of the most awful dives.
Yes, well, if it's any consolation, darling, I don't think you'll have to be in them for long.
Really? What do you mean?
Well, if my memory serves me well, and it does, the Buccaneers were eliminated in the first round of last year's contest.
Now, Anthony, meow, meow. Meow, meow.
Toby, I've been wondering, have you ever considered therapy?
Mick, have you ever considered getting some entertainment?
Well, of course I have. But I mean, I stuck in this bleeding pub every night.
No, I mean getting some entertainment in the pub. To get the punters back in the pub.
What kind of entertainment?
Jeez, I don't know, like a pool table, video games.
Exotic dancing of a Sunday.
A big screen for the football.
Exotic dancing of a Sunday.
Karaoke, ballad sessions. Exotic dancing on a Sunday.
Do you want to see me in the bleeding poorhouse? So I tried that carry-on donkeys years ago at the insistence of my lady wife, Mrs. McGettigan.
Did you?
Oh, yeah. She inveigled me into buying one of them fancy games. And it goes without saying the game never got out of its bleeding box.
What was the name of the game, Mick?
Dominoes, I think they call it. I might as well have flushed me money down the lav. So don't you talk to me about online entertainment and the latest breakthroughs in digital home technology.
Miserable old sod. I tell you, the only entertainment we'll ever get in here is the sort that he doesn't have to pay for.
Eddie, does that mean we won't be getting exotic dancing on the Sunday?
I'm warning you. If I find this in your bedroom again, the two of yous are for the high jump. Anto!
Oh, sorry, have I come at a bad time?
Come on in. I was just telling the kids a bedtime story.
Jack and the Beanstalk, I presume.
Got it in one, Anto. Well, what has you here at this hour of the night?
Well, to be frank, I needed to escape.
Don't tell me. Toby, isn't it?
How did you know?
The telltale signs are there.
Are they really? Like what exactly?
It's the little things, Anto. The bit of colour in your cheeks. The look that comes into your eye. The way you start foaming at the mouth.
Is it that obvious?
Come on in, I've got a cup of tea made.
Okay.
So, what's Toby up to now?
Oh, well, when I left, he was testing Pamela's knowledge of invertebrates.
Go on.
Oh, you should hear him in there. Come on now, Pen. You're starting for 10. What are bongos, kudos, and dikers?
Aren't they all different species of antelope?
I believe they are. You know, Molly, you never cease to amaze me.
Sure, my dad was always spouting that natural history stuff. That can't be Eddie. It's only 10 o'clock.
How are you, Anto?
What are you doing here? I thought you were going to be all night in McGettigan's.
Well, no, Anto, it's not a right state of affairs when a man has to explain to his wife why he decides to spend an evening in the bosom of his family.
There must be nothing happening in McGettigan's.
Oh, it's like a bleeding morgue down there. So, Anto, what did you hear?
Oh, well, I came here looking for sanctuary.
Oh, you mean Toby's in next door?
He's got Pamela to join his team.
His team?
His quiz team.
Yeah, apparently they go round pubs in a sort of knockout competition.
Pub quiz?
Rather a lively affair, I believe.
A pub quiz? You know, Anto, you've just given me an idea.
A Brillo idea, Eddie. A pub quiz. It's bleeding Brillo.
Yeah, well, old McGettigan hasn't made his mind up yet. Says he needs time to think it over.
I was just thinking of the name for our team, Eddie. McGettigan's Marauders. You could have T-shirts with that all on it.
What's this we, Willie?
Us, Eddie, the team.
And who says you're going to be on the team?
What, Eddie? I just thought.
Well, you see, I think too much sometimes.
Don't you want me on your team, Eddie?
Yeah, I suppose I do. If you can pass a few tests.
Test, Eddie.
Yeah, test questions, you know, that sort of thing.
Give us a test question. Go on, Eddie, just one. Come on.
Okay. We start off with an easy one. What town is built on the banks of the River Lee?
The River Lee. Don't tell me, Eddie. The River Lee.
On the banks of my own.
On the banks of my own.
Lovely Lee.
Lovely Lee. Give us a clue, Eddie.
Right, it's a place in Ireland.
Is it, Eddie?
Yeah. And it's something that goes into a bottle.
Goes into a bottle. Got it, Eddie.
Good man, Willie.
Waterford.
Listen, Willie.
Water goes into a bottle, Eddie.
Listen, Willie. Look.
I've been thinking about your proposal, Eddie Joe.
Oh, yeah, Mick, are you on for it?
I know, I want to get a few things straight. You say it won't cost me a penny.
Oh, not a brass farden.
And you say I wouldn't have to provide food or drink free or at any special one-time, one-off reduced rate.
Not a sausage.
And you're prepared to guarantee that you will devise, revise, organise and supervise the whole shebang from start to finish without any contribution, voluntary or otherwise, from yours truly.
I am.
I see.
So are we on for it?
No.
Why not?
I just don't like quizzes, Eddie Keogh. Never have done. Once you start people asking questions, you never know where it's going to end.
But listen, Mick.
I mean, you take my lady wife, Mrs. McGettigan. Now, she was a differ for the old questions. Who was that on the phone? Where did you stay last night? Is that young one really your niece? No, I tell you, it nearly done me head in.
But, Mick...
No, it's no use, Eddie Keogh. Me mind's made up.
What does a cytologist collect?
Cytologist. That's eggs, isn't it?
No, actually, darling, it's bat droppings.
Anthony. Well, I'd be ashamed if I did know the answer to that question. Oh, one more, please, Anthony.
Oh, no, you said that we were just one more question.
Oh, pretty please, Anthony. Just one more time for Pam.
Oh, dear. All right, then.
What is a wart biter?
Look, Anthony, if you're not prepared to take this training seriously, then let's just forget the whole thing.
No, actually, darling, the wart biter is actually quite fascinating. Do you know that when it rubs its back legs together, the end of its nose starts to glow?
That is enough, Anthony. All this talk about back droppings and wart biters and their horrid little back legs is making me feel quite ill.
But, darling, you've got to expect to answer these questions in a quiz. Oh, come on, darling. My little Tammy Wimmy. Talk to your Tony Rooney. Pretty please.
Act your age, Anthony, please.
You were talking like that just a second ago.
And don't think that I don't know what's really going on.
What?
Well, could it be that a certain person is just a little bit upset because Toby didn't ask that certain person to be on his quiz team?
What?
You heard me.
Toby's team, Toby's quiz team. It's the last team in the entire universe that I want to be on.
No, Anthony. Meow, meow.
I beg your pardon.
Meow, meow.
Right, that's it. I am off. And I will be late home this evening. I'm going to meet Eddie at McGettigan's.
Well, you will have a wonderful time there because the landlord is completely backed, so there should be no shortage of droppings. Bon appetit!
What are you two at?
We're surfing, Ma.
What?
The net, Ma, the net.
Well, I regret to inform you that the information superhighway doesn't run through my kitchen. Not when I'm making your tea. Take it upstairs. Take it upstairs. There's enough room up there.
Get up the yard, Mollo, get up the yard.
Well, if it isn't the Bowl Buccaneer.
Oh, you've heard of us, Molly?
Who hasn't, Tubbs? Who hasn't? You better come in. What can I do for you? Don't tell me you want me as one of your buccaneers. Toby O'Driscoll. What kind of a girl do you think I am?
No, Molly, I was actually looking for Eddie.
You want Eddie on your team?
Well, not on the team as such. I was thinking of him more as a sort of a backroom boy. Oh, hi.
What exactly would we doing in this back room?
Well, Mollo, I've been looking at the strengths and weaknesses of my team as a whole.
Have you, indeed?
Now, my own forte is, of course, les beaux-arts.
Well, it would be.
And as you're doubtless aware, Pamela has always taken a keen interest in the natural world.
Has she? Well, she has. And what about the lad? Bruno. What's his special subject?
Cleansing lotions.
Where exactly does Eddie fit into all of this?
Well, isn't it obvious, Mollo? Sport. I mean, to be frank, none of us knows the first thing about it. I mean, with the possible exception of Bruno.
Let me get this straight. Basically, you want my Eddie to give you a grind.
Well, yes, in a manner of speaking.
What about his team?
His team? I'm sorry, Mollo, I don't understand.
He's down in the pub right now trying to convince El McGettigan to start up a team of his own.
Eddie wants to start his own quiz team. Mollo, that's very funny. I'm sorry for laughing, but the standards are rather high at this level.
Are they indeed?
Yeah, I mean, these quizzes demand a certain intellectual rigor. I mean, don't misunderstand me.
Are you saying my Eddie has no rigor?
I don't know, I was only suggesting...
I know what you were suggesting. Let me tell you something, Toby O'Driscoll. My Eddie has more rigor in his little finger than you have in your whole bleeding pump.
Go on, Eddie, give us another test question. Go on.
But listen, Willie.
Go on, please.
Okay, all right. This is a sports question.
I like sport, Eddie.
I know you do. Let's see. Right. There was 2 teams in this year's hurling final.
2, Eddie?
Yeah, 2. It's customary to have 2 in a final. Anyway, one of them was Limerick.
Limerick?
And the other one was...
One of them was Limerick.
We are the boys of...
We are the boys of... Give us a clue, Eddie.
Right. It's a town in Ireland, and it ends in Ford.
Ends in Ford. Got it, Eddie.
Good man, Willie.
Waterford.
Oh, for Jesus' sake. Maybe it's just as well this quiz team never got off the
But
ground.
Eddie, you know what?
Oh, there's Anto. I told me meet him here. How are you, Anto?
How are you, lads? That's a pleasant evening, don't you think?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Oh, you seem a bit down in the dumps, Eddie. Is anything the matter?
Don't mind them, Professor. Sure, they're only happy when they're miserable. But here, wait till I tell you. I happen to keep locked up in that back room there a little bottle of the real stuff reserved for special favourite customers like yourself. Now, you sit there and I'll be back in 2 shakes with the fragrant elixir.
And bring us 2 more points, Mick, will you?
Can't you see I'm busy, Willie Cow? You'll have to wait your bleeding turn.
So, what's up, Eddie?
That's El McGettigan.
Yeah, he won't let Eddie have the quiz in the pub.
That's why I asked you here. Sorry, wasted your time.
So you wanted me to be on your quiz team? Oh, God, that sounds like it would have been fun. Maybe I could have a word with him, huh?
Ah, you'd be wasting your time, Anto.
El McGettigan never changes his mind.
Here you are, Professor.
Ah.
Can't beat the mother's milk, huh?
Thank you very much. Delicious.
You know, Professor, them boots you're wearing
Oh, yeah, what about them?
got to look awful tight. Look at, I've several pairs of slippers locked up in that back room there. Presents from me lady wife, Mrs. McGettigan, what I never wore. Now, what do you say, Professor? Shall we step into the back room?
Well, that's very kind of you, Michael. But there is another special favour that I wanted to ask of you this evening.
I simply can't believe it, Toby. I mean, it's just too absurd. Eddie on a quiz team.
Well, I did try to dissuade them.
And what about that dim-witted brother of his, Billy? Willie, what's his name? Yeah, is he on this quiz team too?
I believe that was what was planned.
Eddie.
Eddie. Now look, Pam. We all know how I'm here tonight, so let's just get on with it.
Yes, of course. All right. Okay, this is a question about sport. Right. Who is the current manager of the Irish soccer team?
Eamon Dunphy?
No, it says here that it's somebody called Mick McCarthy.
Mick McCarthy? I've never heard of him. I mean, that's just the sort of question that Eddie could have helped us with. What?
No.
What is it, Pam? How's with this?
Eddie.
Eddie!
Ah, Toby, as usual, spreading lightness and joy wherever you go, eh?
Good evening, Anthony. I'm sorry, Anthony, I can't stop laughing.
Perhaps if I punched you in the face, it would help.
It's just the cures, darling. I mean, Toby's been telling me about the latest madcap scheme.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, well, apparently. All right. Apparently they want to set up their own quiz team in that awful pub they frequent with Eddie as team captain.
Yes, well, you're right about the quiz team. I was there when old McGettigan agreed to it, but you're wrong about Eddie. He isn't going to be the captain.
He isn't.
No,
Then who is?
I am. And what's more, on behalf of the Marauders, I'm challenging the Buccaneers to a public contest tomorrow night. And may the best team win.
Bottoms up.
And then he said my Eddie had no rigour.
Get away with that. Sure, your Eddie is known for his rigour. Where did your man think them twins came from?
I tell you what, Dolores, I'd like to see that fella Toby getting his eye wiped tonight.
Don't I know? Anyway, tell us, who's on the Marauders team?
There's Eddie, of course.
Oh, well, now, he'll be very good. He knows all his sports backwards.
There's Anto, he's the captain.
Oh, your man from next door? Very intelligent, I'd say.
Then there's Willie.
Oh, well. Sure, God is good. But here, I thought Old McGettigan was dead against this quiz.
He was. But Anto convinced him. Offered to make him quiz master.
And the outside went for it.
Did you ask?
Come on now, bit of hush. Now, tonight, we have a 10-round contest, and as I used to say to my lady wife, Mrs. McKettigan, no kicking, no gouging, and no funny business below the belt. Now, let me introduce the two captains. For the Buccaneers, Mr. Toby O'Driscoll. And for the Marauders, Professor Moriarty. Now, when the bell goes...
My landlord, on a point of order.
What?
The rule book clearly states that all members of the resident team must have lived within 3 miles of their clubhouse, to wit, this hostelry, within the last 3 years.
Hold on a minute.
I have reason to believe that the captain of the Marauders does not meet with these conditions.
I know you tried something like this, Toby.
Either hokey, it does say that.
I would therefore call upon Mr. Anthony Moriarty, not of this parish, to withdraw forthwith.
I'm afraid the game is up, Professor. You have to vacate that seat.
And since the rule book also stipulates that all teams must consist of at least 3 members, this contest is forfeit. And I would ask you, my landlord, to declare us the winners.
Does indeed appear to be the case.
Now, the rule book might say that each team has to have 3 members, but does it say which 3?
So now, if there are no further interruptions from any other young pups, we'll begin the quiz. First question is for you, Molly Keogh.
Oh, God.
Which fruit is the odd one out? Kumquat, loquat, or banana?
What did you say? Did you say fruit?
Yes, fruit. Come on now, I can't stay all night.
Look, I thought a loquat was a flower.
Correct. Loquat is the
Sure, look at me dad was always bringing bunches of them home to me, ma.
Bunches of loquats.
Now for your question, O'Driscoll. Before he managed the Irish soccer team, what team was managed by Mick McCarthy?
Oh, no. Not him again.
A pump-action grease gun.
Correct.
Well done.
Does sound extremely painful. Anyway, that puts the Marauders 1 point ahead of the Buccaneers with just 2 questions left to go. What insect puts a luminous substance on the end of its nose by rubbing its legs together?
Oh, my God, I know it. I know it. It's a wart biter.
Because this is a wart biter.
I've always taken a keen interest in that sort of thing. Wart biters, bat droppers, you name it.
Right, now for the final question. Now, the scores are tied, so everything turns on this one. And for the Marauders, it's Willie Keogh. Your question is on metric conversion.
Eddie.
We're home and dry, Pam. He hasn't answered the question all night.
Oh, poor Billy Willie.
Shut up and let the lad hear the question.
Yeah.
Don't mind them, Willie.
What county in Ireland is calculated to hold 179,000 metres of open coastline?
It's a Waterford.
Waterford it is. I declare McGettigan's Marauders the winners.
Well done, Willie. I knew you wouldn't let us down.
Eddie. Where is Waterford?
Dear old inner city Dublin, the town I love so dear. But we're after winning 2 million quid, so we're off to Belvedere. Yes, it's goodbye to old J. Arthur, and it's bonjour to fine Chablis. I am leaving my heart at the hate me